So Steve Jobs had a daily routine where he'd do something along the lines of ask himself every day while he was looking in the mirror, if he was gonna die, would he do what he's about to do today? And I was just wondering what you guys thought about that.
I think that's just like a mind shift thing. Just again, it kind of goes to be productive, do all the shit you can. I mean, you can't really do anything one day. Right. I feel like success comes like it's all consistency, you know, from there. But yeah, I think that's all I got for that.
I think more of his point was that you can die, and it's inevitable. You're gonna die one way or the other, and it just happens to be relevant because of the earthquake it wasn't super like major here, but it could have been.
Right.
And then there was nothing we could have done. And it was more like, are you enjoying the life you're living now? Because again, at any given moment, it could just be taken away from you. Right. So, what do you guys think?
I feel like, it definitely makes you realize a lot of things, and that's definitely a question you want to ask yourself every day. You know, is what I'm about to do. You know, something that I want to. You know, I'm gonna be okay with dying off. You know,
right.
Yeah, it's definitely. I feel like for work related, I feel like, you know, it's cool, like you say, you know, you become a workaholic or whatnot. But I feel like for work and whatnot, you should have your boundaries. You know, if you're gonna be working, you're gonna be grinding your ass off for that certain process, certain amount of time, until you get to where you want to go. And obviously, you're not gonna be satisfied with that. So you're gonna be, you know, you're hungry. You want to strive for more. So you're gonna be wanting to grind out more. But I also feel like, you know, you also got to make time for your loved ones. If you're in a relationship, for your girlfriend, your wife, your kids, whatever it may be, you know. And so I feel like you gotta cut that into pieces and make time for each and every one of your things. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to do everything in one day, but, you know, make time for those people, for those important things in your life, and actually grind your ass off for those people, and, like, you know, or that certain thing, and, you know, just keep going more than anything, because obviously, at least for me, I would want to grind off knowing that I was able to spend time with my parents, my family, I was able to work my ass off at work, you know, and do whatever it is I gotta do. But I feel like, you know, that's definitely a question you should ask yourself every day.
Yeah, it's definitely something you should wake up thinking like, damn, like, if I'm about to go to work, I'm about to do this, that, like, if I die today, is it the last thing I want to do today? You know, obviously, like, you don't want that at work, you know, but it's kind of just like, if you go into work with the good mindset, like, okay, I'm going to give it my all, and if you pass away, you're like, okay, like, at least I died giving it my all, you know, my full effort, you know, going towards it. And it's just kind of like, you just have to, I guess I'll say, like, really think about what makes you happy and where you want to be and work for it.
Right.
You know, Kevin Hart, I saw an interview for him, and he was talking about how, like, he thinks, like, your life's a book, you know, and each chapter you go through is different. You know, it's like when you die, like, who's going to read your book and what's it going to look like? That's what I think about it.
Right. So what do you guys think, how are you guys going to operate under, like, a shaky situation, just like the earthquake? But let's take it more like a mindset. How do you go about being under pressure?
I mean, I like to remember that I die, right? So I do the complete opposite. Like, instead of fearing death, I'll embrace it. I'm right. Like, no matter what I'm going through, no matter how hard or how tough of a situation it is, I remember that I die, you know, and it's only temporary. Like, I only live for X amount of time, you know, like, it cannot be that bad, is what I always think.
Yeah, it could always be worse. You know, it's kind of like Ramon said, you put yourself in uncomfortable situations to get comfortable.
Right.
You know, you have to go through shaky stuff, you know, but just shake it off.
Being under pressure, I don't know about you guys, but I'm terrible under pressure. Like, I freak out. I don't know what to do. I'm the type of person that just freezes. They don't know what to do. But sometimes I feel like, all right, so you distracted me. Sometimes I feel like you want to be under pressure because that uncomfortable, like Jerry said, you want to be uncomfortable to be in order to feel comfortable.
Right.
When I get under pressure, I feel like I know I'm doing something right and something new and something different.
Right.
That's making me grow.
Right. Like, the thing about freezing up is that, like, people think they'll, like, rise up to the occasion, but that's not true.
Right.
I think what people, like, it's more human nature to not necessarily, like, step up, but more to step down towards whatever your training was, whatever like level of effort you had beforehand, whatever you trained yourself to do, that's what you're going to rely on.
Right.
And the better that training is, the better prepared you are, the better you'll do in general.
Right.
Like, you're not gonna like all of a sudden perform a lot better because you're under pressure. It's the complete opposite. You'll fall back to whatever you were at the most comfortable
Right.
with.
Absolutely. I remember reading something about this guy went to this school of monks, right? And then within the first day of that monk school, they taught him how to breathe. And he was so confused and like, what the heck? Why? How to breathe? Like, don't we all know how to breathe? And he was saying that for us humans, we were born out of like one breath. That's the first thing we learn how to do. And when we die, that's the last thing we do is breathing. And then breathing really determines on our freaking emotions.
Right.
If you're mad, if you're sad, you have different breathing
Different, yeah.
patterns, right? And that determines on how you feel. So learning your breath and how to breathe is one of like the important things to do because that really determines your emotion.
Right.
And that's how I do it under pressure. I just learn,
Right.
relax and take a deep breath.
Yeah, I'm not too good under pressure either. But like you definitely said, you mentioned breathing. Breathing's a big factor to whatever it is, and that's more than anything what I try to use. Obviously, like you said, my parents were in the earthquake, and so obviously when it comes to that, they were panicked. So someone has to be in charge. Someone has to be own up to it. Obviously, if you have like Sue said, if you have that experience and you're knowledgeable, you're gonna rely on that knowledge. You're gonna rely on that survival instinct. But yeah, dude, you just gotta be calm. I feel like you just gotta be calm in those situations and really, in a sense, analyze quick. And use your surroundings as your go-to too. Because if not, then you're obviously gonna choke. You're gonna in those shaky situations like I said, you're just gonna choke. And you're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna be able to work right.
Yeah, I also feel like something to remember is kind of like to take a step back and see the bigger picture, see what's going on, because soon as pressure hits, you can feel overwhelmed.
Right.
So for like looking back, but okay, okay, let's take a step back, analyze what's happening, what's going wrong, and then try to fix yourself with that.
Yeah, that's just like one other metaphor is like perspective. Like if you look at a picture, it's super zoomed in, you probably don't know what it is, right? You're confused, right? But when you zoom out, you know that you get the bigger picture. You understand what's going on. And that's, I feel like when you're under pressure, you're zoomed into something, right? You don't understand what's going on.